You're watching Karamo Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Hey, y'all. What is going on? And welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. Listen, the truth doesn't always feel good, but it always matters. And on today, baby, we're going to unpack a lot. We're going to talk about the DL Whisperer. We're going to talk about Karamo. We're going to talk about Ray J. And we're going to talk about evangelist Nicki Minaj and so much more on today's show. So listen, sit back, grab you a snack or some water or something, and we'll be back in a few moments. Welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. What is going on, y'all? Listen, welcome to the Daryl Walter Show, where culture, community, faith, and accountability meets. Have be a mess in the blessed. I am your host, Daryl Walter, and if you are here for fluff, this might not be your stop, but if you are here for honesty and truth, then baby, let's go. Y'all ready? Let me let me start off by saying this, and I just want to say it plainly before we get into anything. Kwame, I'm sorry you weren't ready for this, but Megyn Kelly is not only an undercover bigot and racist, she's also a grifter who panders to mediocre white men for clout. I said what I said. All right, now let's move on. Okay, let's get into what went viral. Listen, hold on. Let me look at my notes. First of all, let me just go back to that Megyn Kelly thing. Just Google what she said about Alex Pretty, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, Anyways, Ray J. We are praying for Ray J. Ray J recently shared that he is currently sick. We put him on the sick and shedding list. He has just lately said that the doctors told him he may not live much longer, okay? Possibly until 2027. According to him, his heart is reportedly beating at 25 to 60%, and he is taking 8 different medications, including for cholesterol, to help his heartbeat, Doctors have told him to prepare for the possibility of a pacemaker. I believe we have a video. Let's take a look.
What's up, everybody? It's Ray J.
That's over with.
We're live right now. We're coming off of a crazy run. I want to thank everybody for praying for me. I was in the hospital. My heart's only beating like 25%, but as long as I stay focused and stay on the right path, then everything will be all right. So thank you for all your prayers.
Okay, let me just say this. Well, number one, Ray J has been through a lot. We have watched him go through with his former wife and the mother of his children, Princess, whom I love and is still beautiful. Ray J has said out of his own mouth how he doesn't want to be here. And let me just say that life and death lie in the power of the tongue. We got to be careful what we say, lest it come true. And I'm talking to myself. Okay. It's not always about the feeling, but it's about what you speak out into the atmosphere. Okay. Ray J, we praying for you. Now, whether you like Ray J or not, this is sobering. Okay. Health is wealth. And it is not something that is promised to us. And I'm speaking to myself. Listen, let this be a message to you. Some of you out there are undercover drinkers, undercover pill poppers. I know some pill poppers in the church. Some of you smoke crack and you're laughing, but some of you do. Okay. So let this be a message to you. Let's take our health into account this year in 2026, and I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Let's make the necessary changes. And for Ray J, my prayer for him is not only health and that he's here past 2027, because I know his children need him. And I know there are plenty of people around him who need him. But most of all, like, I pray for his mental health. Okay, that he sees it for himself, that he sees longevity, and that he wants and desires to be here not only for himself, but for his family and for his children. And I feel like there's a deeper issue going on at the root that he just really needs to fix and focus on. Okay, because a lot of times, let's just have this conversation, when people are drinking and drugging and sexing, it's usually covering some deep emotional, mental wounds and pains that people don't want to address. So, Ray J, prayers out to you. I really hope that you get better. And we got you on the sick and shedding list over here at the Daryl Walter Show. We are lifting you up in prayer, okay? Because we may be messy, but have be a blessed in the mess, and we lifting you up. All right. Now, let's move on to Church Tea. First up, Karamo Brown in the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy cast. Okay. Now, recently, they're doing their press tour for the 10th and final season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And let me just say, I love this show. I don't care what y'all say about Karamo and the cast. I love that show. There is not an episode that I have not cried my eyes out to, especially when it comes to Karamo's point, when it comes to Karamo's section of the show, because he's kind of like the Oprah Iyanla of the show. Like, he just brings it all together. And by the time you watch him help those people on the inside, you crying. But also, let's say Karamo is booked and busy right now. So recently, as they're on their press tour, Karamo issues a statement and basically says he's not touring with the people. He is not doing the press tour with the people because of bullying, and he fears of being bullied while he is with them. Now, let's take a little clip on when they were with Gayle King. Let's take a look.
Call it Fab Five, but one of the Fab Five is not here. We received word just in less than an hour ago that Karamo Brown is not going to be joining us today. He said in part, because I want to rip the Band-Aid off and just get it out of the way so we can really talk about the show. He sent a statement. He apologized for not attending this interview. He thanked the audience. He said in part, I hope everyone remembers to focus on and to protect their mental health, peace from people or a world who seek to destroy it. which is why I can't be there today. His assistant also says that he's worried about being bullied. So let's just address it and get it off the top. I was very sorry to hear this, that he apparently feels this way. What do any of you have to say? You're as surprised as we are, I assume, that he wasn't here.
I think, yeah, surprise is a fair understatement. I will say our Queer Eye family, we've been doing this for almost a decade, which is pretty wild to believe. And families are complicated.
Yes.
And we're definitely not excluded from that. But I think two things can exist at the same time. And while that is definitely true, we're also here to showcase these incredible heroes that we have and really honor the legacy of this past decade of our lives and all these wonderful heroes that we've had the blessing of getting to meet and to have conversations with.
Bravo. Whoever their PR person is deserves a raise, okay? Because not only did he answer that well and was able to avoid answering the actual question, notice what he did not say, which was the truth. Y'all bullied Karamo. Now, according to sources, let's say allegedly, okay, now I'm sure y'all been reading it. What had happened was Karamo had his mama, thank God for mamas, thank God for mother figures, at the show, right? And apparently the mics was hot and they was saying some stuff about Karamo. Now, sources allegedly are saying maybe they were talking about his past relationships. Maybe they were talking about his alleged fillers, which, let me say this. Karamo looks good. Fillers, no fillers, that's a fine black man. Okay? And not only is he a fine black man, but that's a good black man, Savannah. Okay? He ain't bothered nobody or done nothing to nobody, just helping people. He's the new Maury Povich, by the way. You Are the Father. Have y'all seen this show? It'd be stressing me out, some of the drama that he has on there, but that's neither here nor there. I stand with Karamo. And let me say this. To every black, same gender loving man, okay, y'all should be standing with Karamo too. And to my sisters out there, stand with him also. Lord, I don't want to go here, but white people go white. I don't know how else to say it. You know, sometimes they're going to smile in your face, and as soon as they smile in your face, backstabbers. Ain't that what it said? As soon as you turn around, the mic is hot. They were saying some stuff they had no business saying. That's why they were all up there holding hands. You know, again, PR person, raise. You get a raise, okay? Because they did everything. They were holding hands. He answered everything right. But the reality is, I would have loved to see them come on and just tell the truth. Look, we were wrong. We said some inappropriate stuff. And Karamo, even though you're not coming around because he ain't got to, we just want to apologize, because Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is this is what we stand for. We stand on truth. We stand on honesty. You know, we stand on helping people, even if that means telling our own truth. I don't blame Karamo, and let this be a lesson for a lot of you. Listen, this is a lesson for me. Shout out to the people I cut off and pushed away in 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, and 20. Sometimes you got to create boundaries and stand by them. Sometimes you have to walk away from situations that don't mean good for you, that don't mean you well. I hope I'm speaking right. But you got to walk away from those things. I don't care how good it feels. I don't care how good the situation is. You got to put you first. I got to put me first, Lucius. I got to put me first. Karamo's standing on what he stands for, and I respect that about him, okay? So, Karamo, we standing with you. Now, speaking of people whose names start with K, let's move on to Kanye West, or Ye. Let me take a sip of my tea. How y'all doing out there, by the way? Some of y'all, anybody snowed in still, or where y'all watching from? Tap in. How's the weather where y'all are? It's cold out here in Atlanta. It's just cold. Anyways, I guess he goes by Ye now. Formerly known as Kanye, has issued a public apology for his anti-Semitic comments and behavior. Kanye took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal and he attributes his actions to months of a long manic episode related to bipolar disorder. In his statement, he stated he's not a Nazi or anti-Semite, that he loves Jewish people. He also apologized to the Black community for letting them down. Just to share with you, the NAACP president and CEO, Derek Johnson, responded emphasizing accountability and the need for repair. Despite everything, he does have an upcoming album called Bully, which reportedly has over 500,000 pre-saves. And so he basically shares that to say, like, look, he's not doing this for clout. He's not doing this to prove anything. He is doing this because this is his truth, and he is really asking for forgiveness. So listen, tap into the comments. What do y'all think? Should we forgive Kanye West? I believe everybody deserves forgiveness, but also I think with an apology comes change. What I think also is that he has children. He's obviously taking his meds. Hallelujah. Which, side note, if you need to take your meds for whatever reason, please take your meds and stay on them. I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody out there needs to hear, stay on your meds. Some of y'all think you feel better, then you go out there acting a fool because you want to skip 2-3 days. Now, we all, you know who you are. Anyways, Kanye West has done a lot of damage. He's gone through a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of times we keep saying, well, you know, if his mama were still here. Listen, a lot of us have buried our parents, and we've acted in many ways. We've gone through a lot. The CEO president, he also said he's going to have to go to places where he needs to apologize. And I'm going to say this, Kanye West needs to come to the Black church. He needs to come on to the Black church. You know what? Come on to Vision. Come on to Vision. Apologize to the people. I don't know if he's going to see this, and I said what I said, but you know, it would be nice to see him. It would be nice to see him with the people and actually follow through with said apology. Okay. Actions speak louder than words. Okay. And that's all we got. We praying for you, Kanye. We praying for you. Speaking of prayers and speaking of actions, Nicki Minaj. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You know what? Let me say this. It's all going to make sense when I get to the end of this, okay? Nicki Minaj appeared in Washington, D.C. She was showing support for Donald Trump at an event called Trump Accounts, okay? Now, yes. Oh, Lord Jesus. Ooh, I know. But listen, okay, so let's talk about what the Trump accounts are for, okay? So Trump accounts are basically, it's an investment. Trump is going to put $1,000 in an investment account for babies born between 2025 and 2028. And those funds will be invested, they'll be locked and invested in the stock market until those babies turn 18. Then they will be able to, you know, buy a house or go to college or do whatever they want with the money, okay? Now, Nicki got up and said that she is Trump's #1 fan. And that's not changing anything. Let's take a look at the video.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him.
Okay, so here's the thing. So apparently, Nicki Minaj plans to donate between $150,000 to $300,000 to this initiative, which I find interesting because if y'all been following her story recently, there was a judgment set against her because her bodyguard, um, she was sued. She was sued because her bodyguard basically attacked somebody. Her bodyguard attacked somebody. If I say this right, let me say allegedly, even though it's true. And they won, and there was a judgment against her for $500,000. Okay, she ain't paid the $500,000. She ain't followed through. The judgment was set against her because the people didn't show up to the court case. So her $20 million home was reportedly at risk due to the legal non-compliance by her team. Okay. The debt has since been cleared. She cleared the debt. Okay. So she found the money and she cleared the debt. Now it's unclear whether she paid it straight out or she made a payment plan. We don't know. All I'll say this. All I will say is this is that you are a sum total of the people you surround yourself with. Okay. And right now it's the baby daddy, it's the brother, it's the bodyguard. It's a lot of people. But here's the thing, because y'all kept saying, we was like, well, maybe she doing this, to get a plea deal for her baby daddy or for her brother, and all this other stuff. Did y'all know that Nicki Minaj has a Trump gold card? Yeah. She has a Trump gold card that's related to immigration that reportedly provides a pathway to citizenship. Now, from my understanding, Nicki Minaj is not a citizen. She is a permanent resident. That means that she is here legally. Okay. Y'all need to understand your laws. Everybody is not here illegally, and everybody is not here on a visa. There are some people who are what is called a permanent resident. Now, this gold card typically costs around $1 million to $2 million through the current president. Okay. So she was given this for free. But we know nothing in life is necessarily free. Henceforth, why I think she's supporting Trump so much. Now it all makes sense. Now let that sit. Would y'all do that? Would y'all would y'all like, let's say you weren't a citizen and somebody offered you free citizenship if you support the current administration. Would you say yes to that? Or if you were in debt and you was about to go to jail for a long time and somebody said, hey, we're gonna wipe your record clean. This is interesting. We're gonna keep watching this. And Nikki, you're going on the sick and shut in list too, because we lifting you up. That God would heal your mind. Okay. Let's move on to this next story because I just found this interesting. Joel Webbon. Okay, Joel Webbon is a self-proclaimed or self-described Christian nationalist who has made openly, I call racist remarks. Y'all just look at this video and let's talk.
Let me talk to him for a second. Listen, I declare this will be the year of overflow in your life. That everything God has promised will come to pass. Let it start in your mind, go to your heart, and end up in your family. And whenever you hear it say, look, I've been trying to live in the overflow. That ain't me talking, that's the Holy Ghost. Go and get the bag, give it back for the seat.
About 90 to 95% of the Black church in America is objectively, by the standards of Scripture, heretical. It doesn't even constitute a true church. They're teaching things that are absolutely in direct opposition to the Christian faith. If you listen to the message and you believe what they're saying, you will go to hell. I love Black people. I want them to know Christ. And currently, there are not enough Black men in America, Christian men, who know enough theology to be able to be qualified to pastor Black churches. The Black church in America needs to be split up. It needs to go and find a good, God-fearing white church with biblically qualified men so that they can hear the real gospel of Jesus Christ and come to saving faith in him.
I'm just going to say, listen here. First of all, you're not going to talk about my pastor like that or anybody else's pastor like that. And see, this is, Lord, I'm going to get in trouble for this. I couldn't have a white pastor. I don't know why I'm whispering that, but I don't think I can have a white pastor. You know how there's multiracial churches and you got black people who have white pastors. I just don't see it. I don't know why I'm whispering this because y'all gonna hear this, but I can't do it. For this reason. What? And that was not AI. I wish it were. That was not AI. That was real. You know, what are your thoughts? Because this is not Christianity. Okay, this is ideology dressed up as faith. Okay, because who? Now my pastor is educated. My pastor believes in social justice. My pastor is, and many other black pastors out there. But see, this is about control. This is clearly about control. And that Jesus that you're talking about, that's not my Jesus. Okay, first of all, my Jesus is black. Black. Okay? Black like me. Okay? From Africa. From the motherland. Okay? Copper skin. Okay? My Jesus loves everybody. Gay and straight. My Jesus would never tell me to go have a white pastor. What do y'all think of this? And you know what? Not only what do y'all think about this, but let me just say this. This is you just got to listen. There are wonderful white men out there who are great pastors. I have seen them, but see, this man, it makes you not want to trust some of them. Okay. So you tap down in the comments and let me know what you think and what you think about these past hot topics so far. Listen, we got one more hot topic, but here's what I want to do. I'm full. Okay. I need to go ahead on and just refill my tea. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break. Okay. We just going to reset ourselves because I know I gave y'all a whole lot. Okay. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the DL Whisperer. That's what we're going to do. Okay. I'll see y'all in a few moments and we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right. I got to go. Peace.
What's going on, y'all? It's Kwame Speaks from Kwame Speaks Live, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey, it's Dr. Nicole D. Vic from Dr. Victorious, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey, it's Pastor Kim from It's Just Kim Live Show, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Daryl Walter Show. Listen, I know y'all saw the commercial, but make sure you go to Power Media Network YouTube page and just look at all the great shows that are out there. There's just a wealth of amazing people, amazing shows from all diverse backgrounds that are just amazing to look at. Okay, so y'all do me a favor, go do that. All right, last topic. Now, this one is close to my heart because I just, let me say this. In the future, I'm going to have some guests on from the trans experience that I'm really excited to talk with them about, because I just feel like there just seems to be this attack on the trans community. And not only that, but okay, let's just get into this. Okay, T.S. Madison and the DL Whisperer. First of all, I love T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison, she is the moment right now. Okay, she is the moment. She is a trailblazer. She is a trendsetter. She has been awarded. She's gotten many awards. Emmy nominated. She's gotten awards from my church. She has the T.S. Madison Day here in Atlanta. She ain't bothering nobody, okay? She's just busy breaking doors down for the girls behind her. She has the T.S. Madison Starter House also. And now she's currently dealing with this escalating situation, which really shouldn't even be a situation. This is why I want to talk about it, okay? So there is this gentleman, the DL Whisperer. The DL Whisperer. I think his name is Chase Corey. I think. And those are the best pictures we could find of him, because I guess he doesn't believe in professional photos, and I think a do-rag is part. I guess it's part of his brand. Anyways, the DL Whisperer claims to be an expert who outs men to straight women. Okay. Interestingly enough, I went to his page. He sells services. So he sells services like, he will, if you think your man is batting on my team, he will call and flirt with him, to find out. Let me just say also, allegedly, he claims to have been with Vincent Herbert, Tamar Braxton's ex-husband. I don't believe it. Vince has way too much money to be dealing with somebody who looks like they eat Cocoa Puffs and Fruity Pebbles for breakfast and doesn't wash behind their ears. I'm gonna leave this baby alone, but he seems like a baby, okay? He has been, I want to say, harassing, allegedly. And he even drove by T.S. Madison's house. Do we have that video? What we got?
It's time to get right.
Oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. Anyways, it's a video of him driving by T.S. Madison's house and going, T.S. Madison, I'm here. Come with it. I don't know why this boy is so angry. Okay, and I don't mean to call him boy, but right now he's coming across as a boy. I think he is doing this for clout. A lot of what he has followers, a lot of women seem to appreciate him for his services. Now, what do y'all think? I personally think it's dangerous. And my producer and I, we've talked about this backstage. Outing men is dangerous, but also if you have to question your man. I remember years ago. I'm not gonna say her name. They married now. He's a pastor. They're not watching this, but we gonna call her Bammy. Called me and was like, I'm thinking about dating him. He's been approaching me, and Daryl, is he gay? Like, I want to know. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, let me say this. Okay, as strong as my gaydar is, and many of our gaydar is, women, stop asking us if somebody's gay or not. We don't know. We just don't know. Unless we sleeping in the same bed and we doing the same things, baby, I don't know. Yes, there are conversations. Yes, there's rumor mills and stuff like that. But just because there's a rumor doesn't mean everybody is gay. Okay, some of the ones that you think are gay are not gay, and the ones that you don't think are gay, and I get it. It is what it is. Okay, but One, I think women have it easier in terms of sexuality. They get to play in the lady pond, come back and get married and move on with their life. A man, if he does anything, a woman doesn't want to be with him. And y'all tap down in the comments and let me know what you think about it. But this deal whisperer gentleman, first of all, he's dusty. Okay, it's clear he's doing this for attention. It's clear that he's doing this for clout. You know, listen, he is not that far from getting on his knees. Why is he the deal whisperer? Y'all need to ask yourself that question in the first place. Why is this man of all people the deal whisperer, child? Okay, let me leave it alone. Okay, that's hot topics. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm full. Number one, let's move on to the sick and shut in list, okay? Because we got a lot of people that we got to put on the sick and shut in list during this show. Nicki Minaj. Lord, touch your mind. Touch your mind. We know that's not Onika up there. I know what I said, but in my head, she's doing this for citizenship, for some pardons, but that's not who she is. And we praying that the Lord plucks her out from the enemy's hands, huh? Yanks her out and delivers her in the name. Ray J. Heal his broken heart, Jesus. Cover him. Touch his mind. Huh? Take the taste of alcohol out of his mouth. Let him not like it. Next time he goes to drink Hennessy, let it taste like dirt. Heal his mind mentally too, Jesus. Bishop Wooden. At this point, just give him grace, Jesus. Shut him up when he goes to speak. Like, just wrap his mouth up in tape. Just shut it up at the root, Jesus. The Queer Eye cast, excluding Karamo. Put truth in their hearts, Jesus. Deliver them from lies and evil. Anytime they go to talk about somebody, let them get diarrhea. Jesus. In the stomach. Just let it bubble over. Ooh, who else we got on there? The deal whisperer. Huh? Give him a new hairdo. Every time he goes to tie up his do-rag, let the knot get tight. And let him get that thing around his head where, you get that band around your head when you take off your do-rag that stays there permanently until he stops talking about people, because he needs Jesus. He needs help. He needs a man. I don't know what it is, but he needs help. Anyways, that's our sick and shut-in list. Listen. Reflections. All I got to say is the truth shall set you free. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So I want to say, I want to end in a prayer. Lord, help us to be truthful. Help us to be honest. Help us to show love where love cannot be shown. Help us to show grace where grace cannot be shown, Lord. Let the Daryl Walter family be a light. Be a light for people to see that even in the mess, there is a bless. Touch Karamo. Cover his family. If there are fillers or no fillers, continue to keep them looking good. Bless the show and bless the people that watch the Daryl Walter show. I love y'all. And I want to thank y'all for watching the show thus far. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. I'm looking forward to the guests that we are going to have on the show, y'all. And we are going to have a great time. Listen, I am Daryl Walter. That be me. okay? The host of the Daryl Walters Show, okay? What I need y'all to do is go follow me on all social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Threads at I am Daryl Walter, okay? And I haven't said this before, but in addition to hosting, I speak and I sing, okay? And I'm bringing motivation, inspiration, and real life perspective everywhere. So with that being said, for bookings and collaborations, do me a favor, email me at iamdarylwalter@gmail.com. That's IamDarylWalter@gmail.com. Okay. Listen, dates are filling up, so book now while availability is open. Other than that, this has been the Daryl Walters Show, and I'll see y'all next week. All right. I gotta go. Peace.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.